Welcome to River City Live. Happy Friday. Now, a lot of parents and grandparents right now, they're like, what do I do with my kids? We're close to 2 weeks of them being off, and you want something to either take them to or experience, and MOSH, well, they have you covered.
Yes, and we have Elizabeth, Neil, and James, and I got a courtesy laugh when I said, well, that should be Neil, but see, I got another courtesy laugh.
No, that's,
Okay.
I get it.
Was it that was solid?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, but we are talking about space and MOSH, Museum of Science and History, and an event that is part of the end of an exhibit. So Elizabeth, can we start with you and talk about this space exhibit that's been happening at MOSH?
So our space exhibit is called Astronaut, and takes you through the steps of what it takes to become an astronaut, from the first challenges that they face in the NASA space station to what they experience in space. How to sit on the toilet and go to the bathroom, how to sleep, how to eat, what things should they bring up and what things they should leave at home, because there is some stuff that could go everywhere. All the astronauts on the space station would look at you very dirty if you did that.
Wow. And one of the things I think is so cool about MOSH, it's hands-on. So when you're walking around, there's always somebody you could ask questions with, and you know, they let kids explore, and I think that's a really big part of what you guys do.
And not only kids, adults too. I've seen adults just enthusiastically run through the museum and go through all these different trials and have such a fun time and get to experience their inner child.
Well, now that we've talked a little bit about Spaced Out, which is the exhibit, let's bring Neil into the fold. And you know, we're going to leave you, here's another dad joke here, leave you in outer space back there, James.
Just like a New Year's resolution.
I mean, it's like, yes, I'm trying to be. But Neil, there's a Comic-Con that's going to be happening this weekend as part of this. So let's go there now.
And we figured what better way to close out the exhibit for its time there as a Comic-Con kind of event. So we have costumers coming in and doing cosplay for a costume contest. We have a local band that's going to be doing a CD release party in the
Brian Gooding Planetarium.
In the planetarium. And we've got a whole bunch of other things planned. We've got vendors and food trucks, and it should be a great time for all ages.
And one of the things, too, we talk about all the time on our show with the Comic-Con, it really has been a big movement where it's really about pop culture. Because at one time, it was just like a little niche that was out there. Maybe it was just like sci-fi or whatever. Now it's everything. So the chances are, if you're a fan of anything, something will be there that you like.
Right. And our Hall of Heroes events are typically a lot of different mini-cons that are based on types of themes. So we do costume-based ones, and this one is a space-based kind of Comic-Con. Well, and so we've got costumers, we've got the comic book artists that do comic books that are based on space themes. We've got a couple of writers that are coming that write space-themed books. And we've got the guy that is the chief engineer for Made in Space coming and talking at the event as well.
Well, the costumes are pretty elaborate, and I got to give it up to James right here. That suit is something. It's huge.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you can't mic him up because it's inside there, but there's air conditioning flowing through.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And he did this himself, too.
James custom made this suit entirely, so.
That's incredible. It's so authentic looking as well. So for more information, where do folks go?
themosh.org. And you go under events and find the Spaced Out Mini Comic-Con to purchase tickets.
All right, and as I said before, again, a lot of people out there now are like, what can we do this weekend? We've been inside, so this is a great opportunity to do that. So thank you so much for all your time and information. And right now, we're going to send it over to Rance.